So position vector. A position vector for a point x with respect to the origin O is the fixed vector OX. With the respect.
It also is.
Okay, I'm going to tell one joke here. I'm going to tell this online. There was a student, I did this my first year teaching. I did like some grammatical mistake. And the student said to me, oh, don't worry about it. You're not an English teacher, we're being worried about grammar, okay? And it shows a sign of lack of intelligence from you doing poor grammar, okay? So I apologize for this. I should actually use proper grammar on all of this, all the way through, okay? And you guys, in all of your writing, any formal writing you do to anyone, please don't, to your boss, don't say, I was calling you sick today, LOL. Okay, you should formal writing. Okay. Here we go, example one. So,
you've never used that line, have you?
no, I didn't learn that one the hard way. Here we go. For each of the given points. I'm going to show you right now. There's point O. There's A. There's B. There's C. There's D. There's E. Okay? Those are all individual points. I'm going to make them vectors right now. Okay? This right here is going to be vector OA. Right? That's OA. Okay?
I guess you could say it was OA from OE.
No.
No, I sound like up here, really?
That's gold.
You have a future as a math teacher. That's not going to say. And I wrote OE on the board here right now. Okay. All we're saying for this is, if you pick a point, you can create vectors between 2 points. That's the concept I'm trying to get at. Okay. If you have OC, OE. That's the concept I'm trying to say here, okay? If you have points, you can put vectors between 2 points. O is normally the origin, it can be. In the next section, we'll talk about Cartesian vectors, that's in the next unit. Basically, always will be related to 0, 0. But in this case, we're just going to pick any point O. Generally, it's considered to be the origin, but we use that a lot. Just so you formally have this in your notes. A collinear vector lies on the same line, so it has the same direction. That's okay. Example 2.
Didn't we just go over?
Yes, I'm just clarifying that in your notes. Consider collinear points. Please put a star on the right side of this question. Okay? Because this is the main thing I want you to get today, okay? Consider collinear points. P, Q, and R. Consider a reference point P. A is going to be, I'm looking at the page here. We're going to say right OQ is a combination of OP and OR. All right, OQ is a combination of OP and OR. Five, sorry. So it doesn't look like an S, I apologize to that. Okay, as I said, please put a star in the heart beside this question, because this one's not obvious. Okay? OQ is going to be a combination of OP and OR. Any suggestions on how to get started?
Is PO and RO same thing?
No, not necessarily. It looks like it in this case, but O could be anywhere. Like O, I could if I wanted to put an O here, right?
Oh,
Like O is just any point. They're definitely not going to.
okay.
Okay, how can I get started here? What can I do to OQ?
Say what it's equal to.
Yeah, what is OQ equal to then?
OR plus RQ.
OP is.
Oh.
So OQ equals
OR plus RQ.
OR plus RQ. Okay. So far so good. I have OR now, so I don't need to touch it. I got to rearrange RQ now. So you're okay? You're okay with what we're doing so far? Okay. Now I have to somehow get an OP in there somehow. Any suggestion on what I can do? This is difficult.
Well,
R.
wait, you have to get
R.
root of
You want to use this vector and this vector. Okay. Right now I've said this plus this equals this.
RQ equals.
Did I get that backwards? Okay, no, that's right.
RQ equals RP subtract QR.
RQ is equal to, go again? RP subtract.
RQ equals RP subtract QR.
Yes, that's true. Okay, let's do this on the side here.
Oh.
Equals RP, that is true. I want to use one other thing here. We can use the fact that they're collinear. Okay? How do you relate RQ to RP? How is RQ related to RP? Yes, good. How else can you do it though? How else can you say it is the same direction? If you think of their magnitudes, how are the magnitudes going to be related? Yeah, Matt?
Just a question.
Yeah.
RP minus PR, is that?
You have been messed up?
Oh,
Isn't it like PC or something?
Yeah. Try again. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Is that better? Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Shouldn't-
RP and minus QP.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm getting too excited here, okay? But the way to think is here, I want to end up getting here somehow. Let's write this another way. I want to get QR, RQ. Somehow, I want to write this in terms of this vector. How can I do that?
All right. What?
RQ in terms of this. How am I going to do that? Is that going to work?
So you're trying to get OP in there?
Okay, I'm going to show how to do this next one.
RQ would be
Oh.
OR.
This is here's okay. I'm going to show you the logic I'm going to use here. Okay, the difficulty is when I deal with this. If I go to RO, here's the problem. This is why these are difficult. We've got logic things out here. The easiest way to do this is to use this for one half and this for the other half, right? You're going to want to do that somehow, right? That's what you're going to want to do. The way we're going to do that to combine them is you can relate QP to QR. How are QP and QR actually related?
A equal PR.
They do? Okay, but I'm going to use another thing. I'm going to say that RQ is equal to, I'm going to say 5/3 QP. Because 5, this is the magnitude of 5, that is the magnitude of 3. So it's just going to be 5/3. Are you okay with that logic? Think, if the entire thing is 8, I'm I'm gonna use here vectors if I can here. If the distance, hold on a second, if the distance from me to Liam is 5, and from Liam to Caitlin is 3, okay? So it's more than one, it's almost double the distance from me to Liam as it is from Liam to Caitlin, right? In fact, it's 5/3 the amount. So the distance is 3, plus another 3 with the 2 left over, right? That's really 5/3 comes from. Right, so if you take her distance of 3, you times it by 5/3, you get our distance, which is 5/3.
Yeah.
So, another good line. Are you okay on that logic, or maybe to try and rephrase that somehow?
Why isn't it like 5 over 8?
Okay, because it was 5/8 of what? RQ would be 5/8 of RP, right? Because the entire thing is 8.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here now? Okay. You okay on that?
We don't really need that 5/8, do
Well, I think I might actually use the 5/8. Well, it doesn't really matter which one you want to use. Because here's the idea, guys. The advantage of this now is I can get my OP in there finally, right? Okay. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the bottom. I'm going to say that OQ equals OR plus 5/8 RP. Now, what I'm going to do is, the reason I'm going to use the big one is that I'm just going to write RP as this plus this.
You're starting over again?
No, I'm not starting over again. Just wait, because now because I'm using this vector now, I can ignore this middle vector. I can find this vector in terms of these two.
Why you don't have both?
Just wait, let me just slow down 100%. What we've done is here, we started with OQ, ready guys? We started with OQ. We've gotten rid of OQ now in our question, right? Now we have this vector we've used, and we've used this vector and this vector. That's what we want to get. We want to get these two vectors. What is RP the same as? What's RP the same as? RO plus OP, okay? So this is equal to. Okay. Right now, if you take a look, I have expressed the vectors just in terms of OR and OP right now.
We've done so much thinking for so little
I
later.
know.
Wait a second, can you explain the
Yeah.
OQ equals OR?
Yeah. So I did for this one, I did OQ equals OR plus RQ. Right?
Why does it say OR plus RP then?
They were on home stretch though.
So then what I did there for this, then this is really 5/8 of this entire vector.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm saying this vector is going to be this plus this. It's 5/8 of that though. So really this is equal to OR plus 5/8 RO. Plus 5/8 OP. Okay, why am I happy?
Because you've got OQ, OP, OR.
Yeah, there's one thing that's still messy about this one. What's the still messy part? You have a question or?
Oh, right.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have OR and you have RO, so you want them
Yeah, what can I change RO to?
to negative.
Yeah. So this is going to be OR minus 5/8 OR plus 5/8 OP, which conveniently, so OQ is going to be 3/8 OR plus 5/8 OP.
Change RP to RO.
Why did I change this? Okay, the question, okay, good question. Good question. This is important stuff for the understanding, okay? I wanted to get OQ in terms of these two vectors, right? So what I did was RQ, I can't find an easy way to get that in terms of these two. The RP I can, right? RP I can just write as this plus this. Okay, right? So then all of a sudden I get rid of the RP, then I've written it as that. Okay? As Reed said, there's a lot of thinking for a little bit of writing. Okay? I'm going to do another one. Okay, awesome question.
In the brackets,
Yes.
why didn't you use OR instead of RO?
Well, because when you do RP, you have to add this way, right? Like RP goes, like it starts at R, like the vector has to start from R. You know what I mean? Like OR would be starting this way, there's nothing, you know what I mean? That's not connected to it, you know what I mean? So you can't start,
Could do.
right? Because right, for this vector here, right, it's gotta go bam, bam. Sorry?
You got that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that all makes sense, except for how did you know that we had to do all this from considered to linear points P, Q, and R? Is there a reference point P?
Oh, because I drew this,
That's all we have.
what happened, yes, what happened was I drove, good question. So what happened was I drew this diagram for you, that's what I did. For part A. So we're on a different diagram, we're on a different diagram for, yeah, we're on a different diagram for B. Okay, B, I'm gonna throw a new diagram.
Okay.
Right. I just didn't wanna write that up for both questions, I'm lazy, okay, so. I mean, I'm a hardworking math teacher, don't let, you know,
What happens if that makes it a minus when you're
okay, so this is what Sarah suggested. What happened here, we have 5/8 RO. We don't want RO. Right? We said we were asked to have it as a combination of OP and OR. So I changed RO just to be negative OR. Right? Because our biggest switch then.
Okay.
What, when we're looking at this in terms of long-term word problems,
Yes.
how is this, is this just like multiplying vectors?
So this is like applicable to scalar multiplication too, though, right? That's sort of how. Dakota?
Just on a difficulty scale, like if this were on a test, what would this be out of 10?
It depends. Like if you know how to do it, it's a nothing. If you don't know how to do it, it's a 10. That's the problem with, just like identities, right? It's like an identity question, right? If you know how to do it, or like that x to the 6 minus 1, if you saw there was a difference in cubes, it was easy. If you didn't see difference in cubes, it was impossible to do, right? So, like I said, I don't, it's hard to answer that, right? There's one of these on your assignment though, I think. This is like number 2, I think, is like on your assignment, similar to this one. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's do B. Okay, same question. You want to write OQ in terms, so let's try this again, as a linear combination. I should use some mathematical terms, sorry. As a linear combination of OP and OR, diagram 2. Just for reading, I'll put O on the side here. And nothing is the same, and nothing is the same length. It looks like it, but it's the same length. Okay, so I want to write OQ as a combination of OP and OR. Somebody want to try and, I'll give you guys a second to think about it. You guys want to think about this yourselves? Come back to it? Okay, think about this yourselves. I'm going to stop the video now.